Hey y'all, welcome to Day in the Life of a Software Engineer. My name is Ian Osawaye and I'm currently a software engineer at Zynga. Represent. I'm just going to be taking you through what a typical day is like. Honestly, if I was in the office, I would be able to actually do like a tour of the office and take you through my actual day, but because of quarantine, you're going to be just walking through it with me in my lovely home. So some of you may be wondering, who is a software engineer? What does that even mean? Or you hear it a lot and you're just like, I don't know what that is. But I'm just gonna be in very basic terms. Any engineering discipline involves design and implementation. If you think about software in the same lens where you need to design and implement, your foundational materials in this case is essentially code. You're essentially building out and designing systems or features to solve problems. That's what software engineering is. And the way you do that is through writing code. That's what I do. I write code all day. I'm a nerd, kinda. So y'all are probably wondering, what am I doing on here? Can't show you NDA stuff, but I just wanted to kind of highlight what a typical day would look like for me. So right now, we've already done like our daily scrums. So scrums are essentially like a team update where your team meets up. Usually we would do it in person, but we did it over Zoom. So usually my day would start with coming into the office, kind of settling in, grabbing some snacks from the kitchen. But there's no snacks here. Snacks from the kitchen at work. I would get that, get some breakfast. Sometimes I barely eat breakfast, and then what I would do is just try and catch up on some messages from yesterday, the day before. So what we use for messaging at work is Slack. I'm sure a lot of you already know what Slack is, but if you don't know what Slack is, Google it, check it out. It's really awesome. Loads of tech companies use it. It's amazing for team communication. And then we use Zoom, of course, for team meetings and whatnot. I'll catch up on my Outlook, just emails that I need to respond to. And then we have Scrum. Scrum already passed, so I would have shown you what that's like, but it's not that crazy. Nothing too crazy about it. It's just more like giving an update about what you've done yesterday and what you plan to do today, just to make sure the whole team is aligned. And so after that, what I would typically move on to is, if I'm on a feature, I would actually start building out my own, taking up my own tasks. We use Jira as a tool for actually managing the different tasks that you have in your team. So your producer would actually have like all the different tasks with the different people, and then you would know what your task is based on the feature you're working on, and then you're essentially trying to put up your own PRs for people to review so that your changes could go into the code base. But yeah, that's what a typical day would look like for the most part. And apart from like the non-technical stuff, like work usually has loads of like fun activities. Like we have weekly wrap-ups where we play games together. We have a game room. We have like just time to chill. We have catered lunches, so at some point I would have had lunch at work, but quarantine. But that's what a typical day looks like. Honestly, I wish I could actually walk you through it and you would see it live, but this is what we got, so I just have to show you the way I can. One thing I know is that as a software engineer, you sit a lot. Maybe some people now have like standing desk and all that, but I try to take a lot of breaks, standing breaks when I'm at work, whether it just means walking around the office or going to get a snack. But yeah, I'm kind of starving now, so I'm gonna go grab a quick snack. There's my sister. Quarantine life. But oh, by the way, if you guys don't know, I'm Nigerian, so we have we don't have any Nigerian snacks here. But I'm Nigerian, for those of you that don't know me. Actually, but for most of you that don't know me, I'm actually Nigerian. My background is Edo and Yoruba. My dad is from Edo State. My mom is from Ibadan, so I have a mix. Man, it's so essential to snack. I feel like it's probably worse now because we're in quarantine, but man. Anyways, yeah. So now I'll typically go back to work and maybe I'll show you a bit of what I do, like actual code. And no, I don't wear shorts to work. If I was at work, I would be in like, it's not that formal, but like, at least I would be wearing pants, unless it's summer. I'll show you what code looks like. I mean, you can also just Google it, but show you a bit. It's literally like another language, like you're learning like Yoruba or Edo or Igbo, any language. Is like, now sometimes I don't even have to think about that. I'm just like, I know how to speak the language, so I just write it. It's so interesting. Well, a true Nigerian, you can't let anything waste. But yeah, I just wanted to chat a bit about, you're probably wondering, okay, cool, you do software engineering, this is all fun stuff, but like, how did I get into it? And what kind of experience did I have prior? So, I just figured this disclaimer. Coming from Nigeria about 10 years ago, I had no exposure to software development or software engineering. So like, computer class, you guys know in Nigeria, I was just going on the internet and making email. Like there was no programming, at least when I was there. I don't know if things changed after. But in grade 12, I actually didn't take any computer science course. So I did grade 12 and then it was time to apply to universities. And at that point I was 15. So at this point at 15, you don't know what you want to do in life. Not to even talk of going to university at 15. That's another story for another time. But so I was trying to figure, okay, what am I gonna do in university? I went to University of Waterloo, by the way, for those that don't know. And I had to essentially figure out what I was gonna do. I ended up going electrical engineering because, you know, my parents were like, you know, this is more broad. It allows you to go into different areas. At this point, I was still like, cool. I don't really know what I'm getting into, but you know, my parents know best. I essentially went to Waterloo for electrical engineering, but shortly after my time there, like after like 2 years, I realized, man, I don't like this. I don't like electrical engineering. It doesn't resonate with me. Circuits and all that, I don't like it. But thankfully for me, electrical and computer engineering were in the same department, and for the first 3 terms, you're essentially doing the exact same courses. So at the time where I realized I really didn't want to do electrical, I actually was able to transition over to computer engineering. I'll make a distinction that computer engineering and software engineering are not exactly the same. Computer engineering deals more with, has software components in it, but it also deals with the hardware of a computer. So imagine your laptop has software on it. A computer engineer could be thinking about the software, but the difference is that they're also thinking about the hardware. But essentially, I decided to do computer engineering, and I just realized through that process that I actually really enjoyed programming. And I realized I enjoyed problem solving, I enjoyed all those things. So it was like, okay, this was almost like a no-brainer for me. The Lord is my shepherd, he goes before me, ever behind me, I won't fear. Anyways, you know, just a little worship there, you know. All glory to God, man. I can't not acknowledge God's hand over my whole life and over this whole journey. So shout out to God. Thank you, God. But I wanted to talk about what are some essential things that you should know about getting into software. I would say there's just a couple of things that come to mind. At a very fundamental level, you need to enjoy programming. Like, if you want to know if you're cut out for software, I would say just get some exposure. Start learning a programming language. Start playing around with it. See if you actually enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy just programming at the fundamental level, trust me, you won't be able to sustain or even stay relevant in this industry. Second thing, you have to enjoy problem solving and you have to be very patient. Software development can be very frustrating, and if you don't have the patience for it to debug and understand, oh, why is my code not working? Ask yourself questions and just logically think through problems. You're not cut out for this. Like, it's a lot of logical thinking. It's a lot of patience, and you almost like building the software in your mind before you actually write the code. So I say problem solving is a big thing with software. And I think lastly, I'm just very high level things I'm recommending. You have to make sure that you're someone that's willing to learn, because in this industry, if you're not willing to learn new technology, you get left behind. You have to be dynamic. You have to be able to adapt to the fast-paced nature of the tech industry, and it has to be fun. Like for me, sometimes people like ask me, well, how is work and all that, expecting me to be like, man, work is dead, work is that. But I'm like, your work is fun, work is enjoyable. Like, and it's like, they're like, wow, I can't believe you actually enjoy your job. And it's like, it's so great when you can actually talk about your job in a good light. Like for me, it doesn't even feel like a job most of the times. Obviously, with any work, you get tired and you need a break. We actually have unlimited vacations, but that's another conversation. But with your work, like, you want to enjoy what you're doing. For me, like, software is an area where I actually enjoy programming. I enjoy the process of like thinking about something and actually bringing it to fruition. So I just wanted to like chat a bit about like why I even like being in this industry, and like what are like the benefits. I think tech is like everywhere now. Any industry you're in, like, there's technology immersed in it. So like one of the things is that you can be in any industry and still be relevant. I also love the you hear the tech culture and just the vibe. Like, a lot of tech companies have amazing perks. A lot of them actually like offer you things like unlimited vacation. Like, we have that at work. Trust me, last year I had like, I did the calculation a couple of days ago, and I actually took about 6 weeks worth of vacation. Like, that's insane. Let that sink in. But I took it at different times throughout the year, but it's blessed. So things like that, you have catered lunches, and usually the environment is usually very relaxed, very chill. So it just makes work like very calm, very like easy to be productive. So yeah, I just feel like it's an amazing industry to be in. And one of the things I would say is that people that are worried about career development or anything like that, like, a lot of these companies today support you in your growth. Like, I started as a software, an associate software engineer, and I'm on track now to become a senior software engineer, hopefully in the next couple of months, God willing. Obviously, I would highlight that maybe some negative parts of it is that it's not that diverse. I think one of the things I struggle with is the lack of representation, even at my company. Like, at my Toronto location, I'm probably one of 3 Black people out of like almost like 150 people at our Toronto location. So that just gives you like an idea of numbers. Like, it's hard. I'm thankful that I've been able to cope in the environment. I've been able to thrive, but it can be very hard when there's a lack of representation in any place that you work. Diversity, as you hear, is like, it's very important. If you don't see people you can aspire to be, sometimes it's hard to even believe that there's a space for you to be in those spaces or in those positions. So I think that's one of the things I would caveat about the tech industry. But we need more Black people. We need more women. We just need more representation. I know I've not gone into detail into all the different things, but I think it was just useful for me to just share a bit of my experience and a bit of my journey in the tech industry and becoming a software engineer. But if you want more details or you want to chat with me personally, I'm sure Io would have my details somewhere, and then you could reach out to me and we could schedule a time to chat. I'm always happy to, share my experience with others, especially, fellow Nigerians too, because I didn't really have that mentorship or guidance when I came to Canada. So I think I would have benefited a lot if someone could have guided me towards the right path. So I would love to, really love to help anyone that I'm able to. So, you know, reach out. You know, I'm not gonna say that I'll be able to respond right away or anything. No promises there, but I would definitely respond to you, and I'll definitely try to help out as much as I can. So thank you for joining me in my little day in the life of a software engineer. Maybe next time there'll be a part 2 where you actually get to see like me within a workspace and within like the company. But till then, y'all stay safe and subscribe to TMS. You know, she's making dope content. She's allowing people like me and others to, you know, just share what they're doing, encourage, inspire, you know, other people. So be blessed, y'all, and I'll see y'all later.